Hey, everybody, Thomas here. So, what do we need here on the farm? Well, that goat right there that's walking around, she just had goat babies. In fact, you can see one of them's laying down there, the other one's right behind her. So 2 goat babies, and now that she's actually in milk and everything, what did we leave down in Tennessee? Well, we left our milking stands down in Tennessee. You can see one of the babies there. It's actually the female drinking off her right now. So, what do you do when you have a sawmill? You go ahead and build your wife a fancy goat stand made out of quarter sawn oak. Look at the medullary rays on this. This is gonna be gorgeous. So what I did here is I cut up 1 oak log. I've got all my 2x6s, which would be the main structure. My decking boards are gonna be this quarter sawn red oak. It'll probably be the only one like it in the world. But when you have your own sawmill and you have some logs you gotta get rid of, might as well go big or go home. I think this is gonna be gorgeous. It's something kind of fun to do and everything. And my wife has really been pressing on me to go ahead and get this built. And the other thing is, I've been going back and forth to Jacksonville, Florida a whole lot and everything with some work. So every other week, I've pretty much been down in Jacksonville. I'm gonna try to get this built today. Today is Sunday and everything. See if we can get the stand built. Should be pretty easy. I've built a couple of these in the past. Don't have any plans or anything, just going off of kind of a plan that I came up with a long time ago. So stay tuned. This should be a fun one, and it should be beautiful when it's all said and done. And this is also green lumber. I mean, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. This is green lumber. However, the way we're gonna put this together, I don't think we're really gonna have any movement. And really, it doesn't matter because it's for a milking stand. So I do have a lot of extra wood here. It's not gonna take all of this, but just showing you usable stuff you can do on the farm with your sawmill. Just look at that. Maybe I'll cut that section off and use that for something else. All right, let's go. Okay, folks, now we're gonna go ahead and start assembling this. The first thing I did is I cut a whole lot of these 2x6s. They're actually 2 1/8 inches by 6, but I cut them into 24-inch lengths. Now I'm gonna show you one thing. So the last milking stand that I did the whole, legs where they were, spread out at the bottom like this to give a more stable base. I don't think I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to try just straight up and down. And this is going to be probably the heaviest duty milk stand ever because we're just using this oak here. Very sturdy. Again, these are cut at 2 foot long. So what I'm going to do, my wife said, make sure you do the height of this correctly. Well, I'm going to build it, and then I'm going to have her bring her chair over here. We'll see what is the correct height for her. And then I'm going to throw it back onto the sawmill and cut the legs all together at the same time so that they're the same height. So I'm going to throw in a time lapse here real quick. And again, I'm going to use only wood that was cut from the singular log. I've got other pieces sitting around here, but we're going to go ahead and use this. We've got those quarter sawn boards over there. Those will be incorporated into this, as well as just all these 2x6s and such. So yeah, this will be a fun little build, and this is going to be heavy. This is probably going to be like, I'm not kidding you, probably a 200-pound milking stand. However, it'll be a very sturdy milking stand. That will pretty much be the last milking stand that I'll ever have to build, if I even decide to move this out of Wisconsin, because this is going to be very heavy. Okay, folks, so we just took some measurements. As you can see, Evie's sitting here in a chair. My wife came out here. She wanted to make sure that she had enough leg room to still get her legs underneath here and still be able to milk the goats, no problem. as you saw in the measurements, I was measuring the dog. Maybe you didn't see that in the time lapse, but I measured Lucy. I'm like, okay, add a foot past Lucy, and then have about an 8-inch overhang on that side. That side is the overhang portion, and I'm also got to build like a little step ladder to get them up onto the actual milking stand, because it's a pretty high jump. Because this is, again, if you account for this 1-inch thickness here, 25 inches up off the deck. Now we need to build the actual mechanism that holds the goat's heads in. And I'm going to build that out of the 1x6 that came off here, and I'm going to have to cut one of those 1x6s down just a little bit to actually make the bar. So you have these bars that are come up, and you've got a sliding bar that goes left to right. It's pinned at the bottom and everything. And that just, you know, the goat will put its head through, because you'll have a feed bucket on this side, put its head through. You bring the bar over, and then it locks in place at the top, and then they can't get their head past, they can't get their neck out, their head out, because it's as wide as their neck is. Just gently touching the neck. You don't want to do it hard or anything, but that locks them in place so that they're not moving around when you're trying to milk them. So again, this thing is heavy duty. This thing's heavy duty. Everyone's jumped up on here. We've all sat up on here, tried to get most of the dogs up on here, and it is sturdy. So let's go ahead and get the mechanism built. Also have to remember to build the tray over here that holds the feed bucket. Okay, so we've got the basic goat milking stand built here. Again, very heavy duty. Now I need to add some stairs off the back, because this is, again, quite high. That deck is 25 inches up off the ground. So we're going to make some stairs out of the remaining few little boards I have here. Now I have not used but maybe about half that log in the construction of this. Not a whole lot of waste, just a little bit here and there. But we're going to use these pieces right here. That should be enough to make the stairs off the back of this. So yeah, let's see what we can do. And then we're going to get a goat up here to verify that the goat, in fact, fits on the milking stand. And I don't have to rebuild everything, but I've already done a bucket fit. It fits great. So we're going to get the goat out here momentarily. Stay tuned. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and test this out with big goats. Those are the baby goats. Put the bucket up in there. Okay. So Georgia here, she's one of our older goats. Now she's got this awesome stand. Oh, come on.
Baby boy.
There you go.
Lucky.
And really the best thing would be to actually put a screw through here, but I've only got some of this baling twine for right now. Put that across there, kind of measured out to the right size. I'll have to cut off the excess here in a bit, but we'll show you what this looks like. So Right here, the bucket easily fits on here. And you want to have sides as well as that front portion, because when the goats get kind of upset, they will knock off a bucket because they're turds. And if you have that opening there on the sides, if they get feed and stuff in there, you can easily brush it out, no problem, and it won't hold a whole lot of stuff. You don't want a lot of edges that are going to hold poop and stuff like that, and feed, whatever. You want to be able to clean off surfaces. So I left all the surfaces flat. And also, going back here to the back, you can see the stand here. This actually helps her a whole lot get up and down off of the milking stand, because that is, again, 25 inches up off of the deck. And we have Rocky. We just disbudded them the other day. And what's her name? Ella. So you can see we just disbudded them probably, what? Was it last weekend? Yeah. Oh, she's being a turd. Yeah, you almost knocked this over. Go ahead and take that away from you for right now. So there you have it. Goat stand success. Built this in about like an hour's time or so. And I'm not going to lie, this milking stand is probably 250 pounds because it's all made out of red oak. And as you see on the deck, we have quarter sawn red oak. Now, this wasn't the best quality because I do have some knots and everything, but it is quarter sawn nonetheless, and absolutely gorgeous. You can see how tight the grain is there. Very tight grain. But yeah, I think the goats really are going to enjoy this. Don't you like that? I don't like being in prison, that's for sure. Yeah, great time. So hopefully this video was interesting for you. It just shows, you know, when you have your own sawmill, you can go ahead and make some pretty cool things that are useful around the farm. We've owned a couple sawmills, and we build barns with them. We build milking stands. We build additions onto the house. We build cabins. We build whatever. When you have your own sawmill, really the possibilities are endless. It's whatever you can dream up in your mind. Now with this right here, I didn't have any plans or anything. This is just simple, kind of intuitively, here's what I think it should look like. It's very similar to the last one I built. However, I did make some changes because underneath here, you'll see it's very beefy. It has those 2x6s there, but it's wide enough where I can put the forks of the tractor underneath there and lift it up, and I won't have to worry about it teetering back and forth. It's going to be pretty well balanced out. There you go. Please like, subscribe. We'll see you around. There's a whole lot of stuff going on the farm here. We've got sawmills. We've got the goats, of course. We've got a lot of fishing stuff. And here soon, we're going to be doing some, making some cheese and stuff like that. Look at that little baby. He's like, oh, I like my milky good. What's that one? And see, that's when you can tell she's getting angry. She's kicking her feet, dragging on the ground there. She's like, I don't want to be up here anymore. Get me off of this stand. I'm angry. All right, folks, we'll see you around. Thanks.